Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Poray, a sports and family chiropractor in Brooklin, Ontario. I've been in practice for 30 years and have served as the team doctor for several junior and senior lacrosse and hockey teams, including the Brooklyn Redmen of the Major Series Lacrosse League and the Toronto Rock of the National Lacrosse League. I've also been involved with cycling, football, mountain biking, triathlon, and ski racing for many years. Now, the common thread with all these sports is helmets and concussions. Each of these activities has a danger of falls and contact that can lead to minor or major brain trauma or concussion. I've seen concussions occur in every one of these activities. In a previous blog, I talked about concussions, and you can certainly scroll through the archive below here if you would like to know more about what I said regarding concussions. Today, I want to talk about helmets, but before I get in too far, I would like to advise all parents out there that there is no such thing as a concussion helmet. I've been asked many times which helmet I would recommend that would prevent concussions, and regardless of the sport, there's no such thing. The reason for this is that most concussions are the result of the brain coming to a sudden stop and smacking into the inside of the skull. Having said that, helmets can reduce the risk of head injury by up to 30%, and that's a significant consideration. That includes skull fractures, serious lacerations and contusions, and many concussions as well. Now, there is a correct helmet for the job, and you should ensure that you get the appropriate one. There are essentially two types of helmets: the single impact helmet and the multiple impact helmet. Bicycle helmets tend to be single impact. Once they've been in an accident, the styrofoam on the inside becomes compressed and has lost a lot of its protective features. They may even seem undamaged on the outside, but don't let this fool you. They must be replaced if they've been in any kind of an accident. The second type of helmet is a multiple impact helmet. Hockey helmets and football helmets are these types of helmets. They're made to protect the back of the head in falls, so don't use your child's bicycling helmet for skating lessons. There is another type of helmet that they use for skiing and snowboarding, which is a full helmet and does have padding inside, and might be considered in some places a multiple impact helmet, but in fact some of the damage that occurs inside leads these to be really single impact. I'll talk about a little bit more about that later. Now, even multiple impact helmets that have not been in an accident have a lifespan that's surprisingly short. Over a period of a year, the plastic on the outside loses some of its protective ability, and the inner padding also deteriorates. Some helmets will no longer meet safety standards that they passed just 6 months ago. So this is also a good reason not to buy any kind of second-hand head protection. So the two big questions to ask when buying a helmet are: one, has it been in an accident? And two, is it more than 1 or 2 years old? The next thing to look for is the safety certification. This should be prominently displayed somewhere on the helmet. Look either for a CSA standard, CPSC, Snell Memorial Foundation, American National Standard Institute, American Association for Testing Materials, British Standards Institute, or a Standards Association of Australia sticker. Remember, no sticker, no pay. These helmets, sometimes you may have to look inside to find the sticker on bicycle helmets, but they'll always be well displayed somewhere on the outside of the multiple use helmets. The next thing is to make certain that the helmet fits correctly. It should be snug, but not so tight as to create pressure points. If it's too tight, then the straps might be worn a little more loosely, and the helmet will lose a lot of its protective qualities. If it's too loose, then the head can be jarred inside it in an accident. So wear it for a few minutes before you actually take it up to the counter and pay for it. Also keep in mind who will be using the helmet. If you have a child or a teenager who takes a helmet and throws it in a corner after using it, it may have to be replaced after 1 or 2 years, even though it's not been in an accident. Ski and snowboard helmets should also be replaced after an accident, because you can never be certain, and this is what I was alluding to before, you can never be certain how well that padding has survived contact in a fall. Finally, don't be fooled by a great looking lid at an unbelievable price. A low price on a helmet is usually a red flag for no certification, an older product, or shoddy construction. Remember, there are no concussion-proof helmets, but not wearing a helmet is the best helmet you can afford is an invitation to serious head injuries for yourself or your child. I'm Dr. Mark Poray. You can find out more about me and my office by going through the pages on my website at www.drporay.com. I hope this has been helpful. See ya.